Well, hello YouTube. Here we are with our January 2017 update. First of all, I'd like to say, well, it's been quite the month with Christmas and New Year's coming about. All the changes that's been going on in my life and continuing to go on in my life. Getting through Christmas and New Year's, the first ones without my dad and all, is definitely an interesting feeling. Well, as you see there, the Silverado is still around. It's been a good truck. However, it is showing its age a little bit. It's needing some repairs come springtime. One of the biggest things is it's still got the ongoing issue with the blower motor. I did change the control panel here a couple of years ago. However, the motor still does cut in and out, and I remember saying that in the original video that there was still a secondary issue. And during the minus 45 cold snap that we had, the motor was still acting on up. Now some people were saying it was the resistor. However, if it was the resistor, they do show other symptoms. So being I've already got a motor on hand that I can install, I think I'm going to do the swap, because you might as well use the part you got sitting there instead of just letting it sit there. Well, as you see, we got ourselves some snow into the New Year's. We had ourselves a couple of storms come on through with very, very high winds that brought a lot of cold, a lot of snow, and upheaval with it. And well, you try to keep up to it, but sometimes it comes on quite strong. Well, the old Weber barbecue, well, I've had her since 2012, and it never fails to light. The little shed there is doing quite well. I don't know exactly the future of that little shed. I know I've said in the past, every time I think about selling it, I change my mind. However, it might come to reality here where I may have to either tear it out of there or sell it. Depends if anybody, wants to buy it or, move it, right? A lot of people don't want to put the effort into moving something themselves. Well, the garage is still here. Still a little bit of a disaster like it always been. No proper electrical service or heat in there. I would like to remedy that this year. However, things may not go exactly the way I want them to go. Well, I posted a few classified ads and sold off a few of my dad's larger items that I was squirreling away. How much of the things that belong to a family member do you keep before you start to affect your life? Even though that family member left very suddenly and you miss that family member very much, sometimes you can't keep everything because you hoard it all away, and then it affects your life greatly. Well, of course, the big shed is doing well. I would like to redo the roof on it. However, again, I don't 100% know the future of the big shed. There's some changes going on in the yard here, and I don't know if I should tear the shed out of there and rebuild it in another location, or if I should go through the headache and effort to either hire somebody to move the shed or to try to move it myself. If I try to move it myself, it'll be one heck of a video. But at the same time, you can do a lot of damage by moving something yourself. You hook a chain to it and try to drag it with the truck, or try to push it with the truck. You bend the bumper or set off the airbags. You end up with, a lot of headache. Well, in the effort to try to get away this summer, I have purchased a little something to aid in, a little bit of rest and relaxation. Something that I sold this summer while I purchased a newer version of it. You guys will see the videos of it coming up in a little bit, and another full-length video coming up closer to spring, and a full-length video coming up a little bit when the weather breaks and we start getting warm weather. Well, the marathon trailer is still here. I didn't make a dump run in the fall with everything going on, you know, cleaning out Dad's apartment and other things. That kind of got forgotten about. You know, I wanted to take out some of the parts bikes and some of the garbage that was kicking around, but sometimes things take a back burner, especially if they don't yell, kick, and scream and, well, attract attention to itself. Now, for those of you that watch the vlogging channel, or for those of you that are, you know, one of my astute type of viewers that can notice changes, there's something here behind all the blurs that, well, you can see there. I purchased something here to make, again, my life a little bit easier, to replace something that I had to give up to make ends meet. And, well, this time around, it is not going anywhere. I will dig my toenails in and, well, fight it, and it'll be here for a long time. They'll have to pry it out of my hands. I've made, well, several road trips in it, as well as picked up some aftermarket accessories for it, which really changes the look of the unit and makes things a lot better, you know, for my use. Of course, there's a video coming up on it in probably about another week and a half to 2 weeks, as well as more videos to follow after that. If you want to know what the item is, go check out my vlogs. It is featured in the vlogs a couple of times, which is kind of a spoiler for those that have, well, crossover viewing, but for those that don't crossover view the vlogs, well, it gives you a good chance to go check them on out. Well, I have ordered a new batch of decals and such. If you guys follow me on the Twitter, go over there, check out my decals, check out the Twitter account, give it all a follow and such. If you like what you see, send me a PM with your address, or better yet, down below in the description is my fan mail box address. Go check that out and send me a letter, send me a decal of your own, and I will, well, write back and send you a decal. Well, like I said, the Maxwell's World channel went through a name change as promised in the New Year's here. I changed the Maxwell's World channel name to Maxwell's Life Entertainment. It was a bit of a hard choice when you consider, well, I had that channel name since, like 2009 or so, when I first started the whole YouTube venture. And it was a little hard to change that. However, I rebranded the Maxwell's World channels into the name Maxwell's Life Entertainment, which is going to be a one-stop shop for everything that is in or under the Maxwell's Life Entertainment brand. So the Fire Pit channel will be going over there. The vlogging channel, well, has been over there for a few months. And obviously the Maxwell's World videos will stay where they always have been. Well, as you see by the front yard, well, we got a lot of snow. Not as much as it's been in the past years, but however, we still got about another 3 months of winter before it goes on away. Well, the Fire Pit channel, it's been stagnant here for a few months. Well, the best part of a year, but I guess it is what it is. I sent my hard drive away before Christmas, and I received word back that they were able to recover data off of it, so, and they have, well, sent it on back. One thing I will say is that data recovery is very, very, very expensive. I did it once, and I'll probably never do it again. I'd like to take steps to prevent that kind of monetary loss, as well as, well, data and video loss, but hey, sometimes losses are unpreventable, so hopefully they're able to recover everything on that hard drive that I remember being on there, because if it's not, it's going to be disappointing, because I really need it to be on there, because like I've said in the past, there's Fire Pit videos, Maxwell's World videos, and vlogging videos that really all need to be there, but just a matter of time before all that comes back and we can start uploading fire pit videos. But pretty much, guys, of course, check out the Facebook page. Link is down in the description. Check out the other YouTube channels. Again, the links are down below. Again, we do have a fan mail address. You know, send me a letter, send me a decal, all that good stuff. If you have any inquiries you'd like to make, send me a PM on any of the social media platforms. I am working on other means or method of contact and advertising other than, you know, marketing like decals and such. So if you have any ideas, well, you know, shoot them my way and we'll go from there. But pretty much, guys, thanks for joining me on this first update of our 2017. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.